Shalom Aleichem, everyone. We're continuing Hachzeg's learning of the Pele Yoetz, day 76, and we are going to conclude the chapter of Chasidus, Piety. Umar gam b'mili detala b'plugda, and even in those things where there's a machlekes and halacha, whether or not you are allowed to do such a thing or not allowed to do such a thing, there's kulas and there's chumras, leniencies and stringencies. After pashta even though that when it comes to the world of halacha, let's say the Shulchan Aruch says we can go like the lenient opinions over here. Roi v'nochan le'yireh Hashem. It is fitting for those that fear HaKadosh Baruch Hu's name. V'oyevei Shimon, love His name. Lot says yidei safek, they should absolve themselves from any doubts. V'lot says yidei kol hades, and fulfill all the opinions. L'meichash boi shema ben v'ulay adin im hamachrin. They should be concerned that perhaps the real halacha goes along with the machmir, the one that is strict over here, and therefore I don't have the right to be lenient when I want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. Remember, there was a mashal, a parable of a doctor. You have 100 people, 99 people telling you can eat that food over there, no poison, you're fine. The doctor comes and says, no, wait. I know that that's poison, don't eat it. Are you going to be such a fool? And you're gonna listen to the 99 people that say you can eat it, and you won't listen to one person who even claims to be the expert and says don't eat, you might die. Of course, to make sure that nothing happens, you're gonna make sure that you don't eat it because you don't want to die. So too over here he's saying when it comes to the world of Chasidus, maybe the strict opinion is what goes, and therefore, if you're such a chassid, if you're such a pious individual, you will be chayshid, you will take that one seriously as well. And you won't transgress any halachas on any levels. Again, these are very high levels that we're speaking of. I've been trying to write a work by itself, anything that is a mili, that is a thing of piety, and those things that the poskim they argue on. How could you fulfill all the opinions? Hashem should give me the strength to finish off this work that I'm working on. However, when it comes to Chasidus, when it comes to being a person of piety, you should do it in a discreet manner. Because by everything it says, I go humbly with the Rebbeinu Sholem. When it comes to my tzedakah, humble. I don't want people to see. When it comes to my davening, I do it in a way people don't know. The great kavanas perhaps that I have in my mind. What I'm learning to, I don't always have to learn in front of other people. I can even learn by myself. Nobody has to know how many hours a day that I'm learning. So that's in the things that I'm obligated to do. The more so when it comes to chasidus, piety, that is already above and beyond. That's showing my great levels of avodas Hashem that I should do in a private manner. Because not everyone that wants to take Hashem's name, which means who wants to take the glory, should take it. Meaning, don't take the glory because of your chasidus. Sometimes a person wants to do something very, very righteous and very, very pious, but they do it in such a way that it looks like they're being balei gaiva, they're being haughty about it. And then people could end up speaking badly about you for doing such a thing. Everything according to the person themselves, according to the place, according to the thing itself. Should be sometimes nullifying and not doing the Torah that you want to do. That's going to be the kiyum that will bring it to a greater sustainment of the Torah. David HaMelech himself said, I will go in the purity of my heart, within my house. I do my greatest levels of avodas Hashem privately. Nobody knows what I'm doing. There was one of the Finkels, maybe it was a Baruch Elia Finkel, who was one of the Rosh Yeshivas of the Mir Yeshiva. He was a masmid, also a tremendous masmid, meaning diligent in his studies. And he would learn into the wee hours of the night in his house. But he didn't want anyone to know what he was doing. So he kept a plate of potato peels next to the Gemara that he was learning at. And anytime that somebody would wake up in his house and they would see him sitting at the table, they would just see him munching on potato peels. Not even potato chips, potato peels. And he would put his Gemara, close the Gemara. He didn't want people to know, because that was his levels of chassidus, of piety, and his levels of concealment. This is a major principle for all ways of chassidus and fear of Hashem. Whenever you could fulfill a good thing, fulfill it. Whatever you could do, you should. Whatever you're able to, you should do. Neither should really the chassidus and the things you want to do should not cancel each other out. And therefore, if you decide not to do a particular chassidus pious action because you don't want to bring about suspicions of you and people calling you Baal Gaivins and the like, it's as if you did the chassidus because you avoided having people stumble into the sin of judging you unfavorably, and therefore you are a chassid, you are a very pious and a righteous individual. All the best.